Valentine's Day, a time for love, heartbreak, and bolo ties, apparently. This Valentine's Day, I was given the opportunity to sell and display some of my artwork at the U-Haul Art Show, hosted by Delta 8 Denton and Secret Garden. There was only one problem. I had no idea what I wanted to sell. And since I only had like 2 weeks to prepare, I knew that time was not on my side. I wanted to make something cute, functional, and reproducible. I had made bolo ties in the past and loved the results. So I decided to take another stab at making bolo ties, this time with a Valentine's Day twist. My immediate thought was to take some inspiration from magical girl anime. I've always been obsessed with heart motifs, big shapes, and bright colors, specifically Sailor Moon's Cosmic Heart Compact. Now that I had my concept ready to go, it was time to get to work. One of my main goals with these bolo ties was to keep production costs fairly low. I made sure the designs wouldn't require things like screws or anything that I couldn't print at home. My main expenses were the cords and filament. This would allow me to produce a bunch of bolo ties without having to invest too much money up front. For this project, I decided to use Plasticty. Oh, what's that? You don't know what Plasticty is? Okay, well, let me show you. Plasticty is a 3D modeling and CAD program that focuses on artistic workflows, unlike other CAD software like Fusion or SolidWorks. I love Plasticity because it allows me to create accurately scaled models without having to worry about converting the measurements later on. Especially when printing something, I always want to know the exact scale and size of my objects beforehand. And since Plasticity is made for creatives, the program is fairly easy for anyone to learn. I highly recommend this program to anyone who finds other CAD software confusing, because Lord knows I did. Before we get back to discussing my creative process, I have one request. If you like this type of content and want to see more of it, I would greatly appreciate if you left a comment, a like, or even subscribed. And we're back. I knew I wanted to incorporate the heart motif into as many pieces as possible. Initially, I only had the clasp shaped as a heart, but that felt way too simple. So I decided to also make the tips heart-shaped. I really wanted to add some extra little details to make these bolo ties stand out a bit more. It was such a simple addition, but I think it was really effective. After printing out what I assumed would be my one and only version of this design, I realized that my initial clasp design was not wide enough for the cord to fit in. So I went back into Plasticity, expanded the size of the holes, and reprinted the design. To display my bolo ties at the event, I bought a black velvet jewelry display so customers would easily recognize that these were bolo ties. I was able to produce about 15 bolo ties before the U-Haul Art Show event, and it seemed like everyone really enjoyed them, even if it wasn't their style. And for those who were unable to catch me at the U-Haul Art Show, fret not, you can get your very own heart bolo tie on my website, link in my description. Now that I've made heart-shaped bolo ties, I think I really want to explore what other shapes I can make. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.